I've been living solo in Ubud for a few months now, and in that time I found my go-to warungs, the places I keep coming back to whenever I want real, comforting Indonesian food. Finding good food in Bali isn't hard, but finding the right places, the ones that truly feel like home, takes time. Over the months, I've discovered the warungs that just hit differently, the ones that remind me of home-cooked meals full of spice, flavor, and depth. Since my mom is Indonesian, I grew up eating real home-cooked meals, so I have a deep appreciation for authentic flavors. These warungs, they've earned their spot in my routine, and as I introduced in my last video, I'll be rating them with Hello Kitties. Let's get into it. The first stop is Warung Mak Beng, a well-known warung in Ubud that has been serving the same dish for decades. There's only one thing on the menu, a set meal with crispy fried fish, a rich fish head soup with Indonesian cucumber, and their famous spicy sambal, served with rice and lime. The fish is fried to perfection, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. But the real star, the soup. It's bold, deeply spiced, and especially perfect during Bali's rainy season. I usually end up getting 2 servings of the broth because it's just that good. The way I like to eat this, I take a spoonful of the broth and pour it over the rice. Then add a piece of the crispy fish and a bit of sambal. That way every bite has the perfect mix. The warmth of the broth, the crunch of the fish, the spice from the sambal, and a hint of freshness from the lime, all balanced together. I come here at least once a week, and if you're not in Ubud, don't worry, there's also a Warung Mak Beng in Sanur. So of course, this one's an easy 5 out of 5 Hello Kitties. The flavors are rich, intense, and layered, and everything from the crunch of the fish to the heat of the sambal just works perfectly together. At this point, I was definitely full, but you know how it is. When you're in Bali and the food is this good, you just keep going. And the next spot, let's just say it's one of those places that doesn't get talked about enough, but once you try it, you'll wonder why. This next spot is a hidden gem just outside the center of Ubud, and it's one of those places that locals love but tourists rarely find. It's surrounded by greenery with lots of plants, traditional music playing softly in the background, and that kind of peaceful, down-to-earth vibe that makes you want to stay a little longer, but just beware of the mosquitoes. I've been to this place so many times and tried everything. This time I went for the Ayam bakar, their grilled chicken, which comes with plecing, kangkung, and sambal mata. The chicken is smoky and juicy, but for me, the highlight was actually the plecing kangkung, blanched water spinach topped with spicy sambal. It's tangy, fresh, and has that fiery kick that really balances out the richness of the chicken. And of course, the sambal mata was perfect. Spicy, citrusy, and packed with raw shallots, lemongrass, and a hint of coconut. Their signature dish is actually Mujai Nyat2, a freshwater fish cooked in a rich, spicy Balinese sauce that soaks deep into the meat. It's bold, flavorful, and definitely worth trying if you're into fish. For the Hello Kitty rating, I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. The food is bold, balanced, and full of flavor, and the setting feels like a proper escape. This is one of those places where you taste the love in the food, and it feels like every element on the plate has a reason to be there. Bali is known for being a vegan-friendly destination, especially on social media, but most of the time that just means smoothie bowls and Western-style dishes. What a lot of people don't realize is that there are also amazing Indonesian vegetarian and vegan options if you know where to look. One of my go-to spots for that is Warung Mendez, which is right near my language school. I come here all the time, and this time I went for crispy tempeh and laksa. The laksa is perfect if you're looking for a plant-based option. It's made with tofu that's super fresh and soft, soaking up all the flavors of the creamy coconut milk broth. The crispy tempeh is served with ketchup mayonnaise on the side, so you dip it yourself, which gives it that perfect balance of sweet and savory. The fresh chopped chilies on top add an extra kick. You should also try jamu, a traditional Indonesian herbal drink made with turmeric, ginger, and other spices. It's meant to be medicinal, but honestly, it just tastes really refreshing. The owner is actually from Java, which adds a nice touch to some of the dishes, especially in the spice blends and sambals. For the Hello Kitty rating, I'm giving this one a strong 4 out of 5. I love the fresh ingredients, and they use herbs straight from their own garden. The only thing is that they serve both Indonesian and Thai dishes, which makes the flavors feel a little less traditional compared to other warungs. I also recommend trying pepper ikan, fish marinated in spice and steamed in a banana leaf, or bebek goreng, crispy fried duck with sambal and rice. Both are really flavorful and definitely worth ordering. But as much as I love these dishes, I have to say my mom's will always be better, and that's why I can't give it a 5 out of 5. For the next spot, I wanted to include something truly Indonesian. This dish is a staple across the country, and if you haven't tried it yet, you're missing out. So I headed to a well-loved warung just outside of Ubud for their Nasi Ayam Campur. This place is tucked away between rice fields, far from the touristy areas, and everyone eating here is local. Like many traditional warungs, they display all the dish components at the front. You can choose what you want or just ask for a regular portion and they'll plate it for you. The smell alone tells you it's going to be good. It's a plate of steamed rice served with a little bit of everything, which is what makes Nasi Ayam Campur one of Indonesia's most iconic dishes. This one came with shredded chicken, Balinese sambal, crispy peanuts, a boiled egg, lava, which is a mix of vegetables, coconut and spices, and satay lilit, a minced fish satay on a skewer. It looks simple, but there's a lot going on the plate, and every bite gives you a different combo of flavors and textures. For the Hello Kitty rating, I'm giving this one a 4.5 out of 5. Everything was really tasty, but I came a bit later in the afternoon, and I think if I had gone earlier, when everything was freshly made, it would have been even better. I saved the best for last. This is not just my favorite warung in Ubud, it might be my favorite in all of Bali. The kind of place that makes you feel like you're eating a home-cooked meal at someone's house. The atmosphere is so warm and familiar. You always see the same people gathering at lunchtime, which just adds to that homey feel. Every lunch, they serve a fresh nasi campur, which is basically Indonesia's national dish, a mix of different dishes over rice that changes daily. But you can also order from their a la carte menu, which has some of the best home-style Indonesian food I've ever had. I've tried almost everything on the menu. Hitam baby cumi, a rich squid dish in its own ink, soto ayam, a comforting Indonesian chicken soup with turmeric broth, their daily nasi campur, and even their homemade jamu. They also have traditional Javanese desserts you won't find anywhere else in Ubud, like es cendol, a refreshing iced coconut drink with pandan jelly and palm sugar syrup. And let's not forget their potato donut, soft, fluffy, and hands down the best donut of my life. But my absolute favorite will always be their bubur sumsum, a silky rice porridge with palm sugar syrup. It might sound like a total sugar bomb, but the palm sugar syrup gives it a natural sweetness that's rich but not overpowering. It's warm, comforting, and honestly one of the best desserts. For the Hello Kitty rating, there's no question. This one gets a 5 out of 5. If you're looking for truly homemade style Indonesian food, this is the spot. Simple, fresh, and always made with care. That's it, my top warungs in Ubud. I keep coming back to these spots for amazing home-style food, deep flavors, and that cozy local feel. Let me know in the comments which one you'd try, or if you have a favorite warung I should check out. Also, even though the series is called Soto in Bali, I've been traveling to other places too. Would you want to see more than just Bali? Let me know if you'd be interested in vlogs from other places I've been. If you enjoyed this video, please show some love with a like, comment, or subscribe. It really makes me happy. Alright, I'm gonna finish the rest of this bubur sumsum. See you in the next one. Sampai nanti!